So as the title suggests, this unit is about propositional logic. So as we think about deductive logic, it is very precise, and it has the look and feel of math in some ways. And so learning how to use what I call the 7 keys. Now there's much more in depth you could go in propositional logic. There's many more keys. But when you come up with a logical conundrum, you've got an argument, you've got a long, let's say a very long argument that's an essay that's written or something in the newspaper, something you're trying to decide, is the logic sound? Think of it like it's all locked up, and you use these 7 keys to sort of unlock the frame that's behind it, so you can look at it and see the scaffold that the argument is built on. Or another way I look at it, to mix metaphors, is like one of those nesting dolls, like I've seen them from Russia, and you open up the big doll and inside it is another one just like it, and you open up that one, there's another one inside. And so each one of these keys allows you to unlock part of the argument, and then you can see, does the premise lead to the conclusion logically? So we're trying to find out, is it valid? Then it's a whole nother question if the premises are true. So in this unit, you can see that you're starting with this video when you're watching it right now. There's a chapter to read in the Vaughan textbook about deductive arguments. Then there is a series of videos to watch. The Deductive Logic 7 Keys, that's a video that I put out. It's on YouTube and it's linked here. Then there are several other videos that talk about deductive logic, and particularly propositional logic, through this guy that does a thing called Crash Course. It gets very complicated. Don't panic, but take good notes, because you're going to need that information in the 2 assignments that are due in this unit. So obviously you have a quiz that will cover the my lectures. It will also cover the Vaughan textbook. Then you have an assignment where you have to find in the wild a propositional argument. Now, once you walk through the 7 keys, once you know the 7 arguments, then you will then go looking to find one in reality. So you're going to want to find somebody. And again, if you're watching the impeachment trials that's going on right now, there are some really complicated arguments that are being made, and you can probably find somewhere in there they're using a propositional argument, one of those 7. So find one contemporary example either on social media or on a news outlet, and then you're going to explain it, and then you're going to explain how it is a demonstration of one of those arguments. Remember, you're looking for an actual example, not an explanation. In the previous assignment, several students found sites that discussed biases, and then they gave some examples in their discussion. But I want you to be able to spot it in the wild. When somebody on social media or somebody in the news or whatever makes an argument, I want you to be able to identify, aha, that is a modus ponens argument. Here's a hypothetical syllogism. And so I want you to be able to identify them, explain why you think that argument demonstrates one of those 7 keys. Make sure that you include a reference, a link to the site that you are using. Then the next thing you're going to be looking at after you do that, the final paper in this unit, the essay, is you're going to write an essay on, should there be some sort of rules on drones. Right now, you can go out and buy a drone on the internet. You can go out and buy a drone. It has the capacity to videotape people. You can go into all kinds of private airspace. You can do all kinds of things. With the drone, there really aren't very many rules on it. People don't have to register them. So if somebody had a drone and they were spying on you in your backyard or watching your daughter out on sunbathing, and you were able to capture the drone, you got a net or you shot it down, there's no way to find out who it belongs to. It doesn't have to be registered. So my question is, should there be rules on drones? Yes or no? And then you need to make an argument. You need to cite some sources that explain why you think there should be rules or not rules on drones. And then you need to back it up with some sources that sort of inform your opinion. But most importantly, you need to embed in your essay an example of one of these arguments. And then after your essay, at the end of the essay, you need to explain what argument form you used and show it to me in what we call logic book form. Show it to me in its form and say, I used a hypothetical syllogism and here's how. I used a disjunctive syllogism and here's how I did it. So you're going to write an essay about the rules concerning drones, and then you're going to, at the end of the essay, give a explanation of how you use the argument in the essay. And so I encourage you also to join me on our Thursday night office hours if you have questions about these assignments.